I hope you guys can hear me. This is my first go live.
Hey now,
Hey, are you on?
I'm up, but it says why I started a cup of compassion, and the part I left out says upcoming. A cup of compassion scheduled for 8/12/26 at 8 p.m.
Okay,
That's 2 more minutes.
okay, so I think I'm on. I'm on. I just want to make sure that I am being heard.
Okay, let me see. How do I? It just says okay, sure. Share play is unavailable for this video. Okay. Why I started a cup of compassion to see what's happening. I touched it. Notification live in 58, 57, 56, 55.
I just want you to know if you can hear me, babe. Can you hear me?
I'm, babe, not yet. I'm just. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It's going through seconds.
Okay.
Until when it goes live. So I won't know until it goes live.
Oh, I see. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah. Okay. It says waiting for a cup of compassion. So I don't know if you have to do something on your side.
Well, I see my face, and yeah, it keeps going back to 2 minutes.
So mode is on.
I wonder if I'm on.
There's probably something that you have to do to activate.
Well, I'm on, and my camera and my mic is on. So
yeah.
Let me call you back. Let me call you back.
You've reached your usage limit. We can talk. You've reached your usage limit. We can talk again in about 70 minutes.
Okay, that's okay. So, first time using this, I hope that I am being recorded and that I am live. I want to let everyone know that I started this YouTube channel because it was something that I really felt that needed to happen. I was in the situation where I grew up with being the youngest of 7 in my family, and it was an amazing childhood. I have, 7 siblings, and my mom was the only one in the family that was taking care of us, the only income. And she was very, very compassionate. And I watched her as I grew up. I watched her um, growing um, up with the rest of my siblings, and she showed so much compassion. She was a minister, she was a teacher of little children at a Catholic diocese, and we never wanted for anything. At least I didn't think we needed anything. Every home that she moved us into, she owned the home, and never saw, anyone come into our home who were collecting rent because she was the owner. And so she was always blessed and felt very blessed that she was able to do all this by herself. She and my father separated when I was 5 years old. So it was an amazing situation to have my mom, be the example of compassion. Then, as I grew and became my own person, adult person, I would see so many people, without, and then being without They were just looking and waiting for, something and somebody. And now today you see so many people on the corner of the streets. They're out. There's so many homeless people, and we can't save them all, but we sure can hand them a smile or love, word or something, guys. But what I want to really bring to you that I haven't talked about in a couple compassion is that I am amazed. I'm an amazed that I had my will and my trust done. You know, back 15 years ago, and that will and that trust cost me $5,000. I was married, I had a young child, and I'm going to show you. And back then, I got this big binder, and it's amazing. All of this papers inside of it, everything that I wanted to know about estate planning, but it cost me $5,000. Today, I just got my will and my trust done. And this is it. This is the will of Pamela Foster Greer. And then this is my trust. Now, I feel really grateful that I was able to get that done for $250 today. And I can share with anyone who's ready to do it. But I am saying the most important thing is that we need to do it. When my mom, with her compassionate example, brought this real estate entrepreneurship spirit in our home, we actually had no idea about entrepreneurship. Okay. But she was the entrepreneur. And even though she worked with children, even though she had the compassion as a pastor, she had her own congregation and loved ones who she loved on, my grandmother and all that she brought from Alabama, settled here and was successful. She flipped homes, and she did that probably about 30 years. I watched her, in that situation and up until in her 70s, until she sold. My sister, who's a realtor, she sold the houses for her. But before she sold those houses, mom gave 8 of those houses away to her children. A couple of them to children here, one here, but everybody got something. And had I known, or had mom known what we know today, we would have a trust. Our grandkids would be eating off that trust, going to college, getting cars, whatever they need to be successful at this particular time, because mom had a trust. But we didn't talk trust. We just talked getting, a career, getting whatever we thought was necessary at the time. And once we passed away, whoever got whatever was what they got. But most cases, in most families, you have a lot of feuding going on. You have people trying to actually settle these arrangements as they grieve, but then their property and the loved one's assets go straight into probate because there's no will and no trust. So I want to ask you all, what are you doing about your will and your trust? We don't have to give away our property. It doesn't have to go to the state because you think that all of this is $5,000. It isn't anymore. Again, if you have the ability right now to do a trust and a will, $250, people. And just, let me know in the comments what you're thinking about, and we can help you through an attorney. An attorney will actually be right there with you and help you put the will and the trust together. So do something. Now, when you start thinking about a legacy, which many of us do not think about legacies today, it's what you want someone to have once you are gone. There are so many people in this world who have assets, but they don't think about leaving them to anybody. There's so many designated people that you can leave your assets to. If you don't have family members and children, you have a church. You have animals. There's animal cemeteries and animal charities that you can check. It shouldn't go to probate, and your family sure shouldn't be fighting over your stuff. Think of it as the Rockefellers. Rockefeller been gone 100 years, and his great great grandchildren are still eating off the trust. The executor is still getting paid to make sure that the children and the grandchildren and the great 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 grandchildren are eating off the trust. You have corporations, you have legacy corporations that are still around today, and the founders are no longer here. You have corporations like the S.C. Johnson Corporation that had, they did plastic bags and Ziploc stuff and furniture polish and all this, but they created this foundation and it's still in their name, the Johnson's name. Wendy's, McDonald's, the founders, still in their names, and their great, great, great grandkids are eating off the trust. We can do the same if we think about it. Our children are sometimes as, as they're close to us, so they do the things that we do. So they probably will have assets. But do they think about their grandkids? If you don't think about yours, which are their kids, they're not going to think about theirs, which is their grandkids. So what power, is so much power that we have if we think about what we want to go to our kids. I would rather for anything that I have to go to my kids than to go to the state. The state has enough money and they do whatever they want to do with the money. And they're not going to give you any discount on tickets because right now the state of Ohio is giving the trust fund that no one did, the probate monies that went there. They are building the Cleveland Stadium, as I understand it. So I'm saying to you, if you have any assets, carefully divide them among your loved ones. This painting behind me is my granddaughter's. It's a Black artist who did it, and he's out of Arizona. His name is Campbell. And she's going to get that. It was a valuable painting. Very cute, I would say. But, if I don't put that in the trust, in my will, some stranger will come in and just get it for nothing. Or someone that is not allowed to have it will not get it. After my mom lost, I would say that she lost all of her property by giving it to my siblings because they don't have the property today. Another loved one of mine had a real struggle, had to go to probate and fight for what's rightfully hers. And that was so unnecessary. But the state doesn't care. Because if you argue and if somebody stick their head up and say, hey, I am the loved one that's supposed to get that, they can contest your will. They can contest your trust. But if they do, they can immediately be discounted because that is a written policy in your will. It's written in your will. Make sure pour over is in your will. It's in your trust. Pour over will is in your trust. Then you fund it. You fund your will. You fund your trust. Your will will dictate what you want to do. Talk to your family members. Let them know. And then you have peace. You have peace that surpasses all understanding. That is biblical. You can't have peace if you don't know who's going to do what. People are going to fight, particularly if you have, estranged children or you have blended families. There's a lot of stuff that can happen. A lot of dissension, a lot of confusion, arguments, and no one gets anything but that probate attorney and probate court. Don't let that happen. Don't let you be one of them. Think like a Rockefeller. Think like a SC Johnson company. Think like a 5, 6, 7 generations is going to live after you. I'm going to make sure that my great grandchildren know my name, because I'm going to make it possible for them to have a car to go to college or to work their entrepreneurial endeavors. Yes, I am. They're going to know my name. If I have great grandkids, they're going to know my name. And then, they can carry it on. But right now, if you don't show them what to do and how to do it, they're not going to do it, family. So we need to build a community that is going to really rally around thinking about legacy, knowing about legacy like never before, putting an intentional thought and consciousness into legacy, making sure that your children's children come out okay. It's okay to give them something. Or your church. If you have no children, you can designate anybody you want. Just don't let the state that has a lot of money and they do whatever they want to do. What are you going to do? That's the question I have for you. And compassion is all about doing something. It's an action word. Compassion with legacy is a powerful thing, because most of the people that I have talked to that has a trust, they have compassion and they care about their loved ones enough to say, we're going to support you when you go to college. We're going to make sure that you have everything that you need so that you can be successful. And you don't have to start all over. We have to start all over most of the time. So I'm asking you guys, give to your family or your friends or the little neighbor down the street. Give it to some human being who's going to do something with it, or you think they're going to do something with your assets. And the other thing is your health power of attorney. Everyone needs that, because if you get sick, you go to the hospital, you want to have the right person think and talk and advocate for you. So I'm asking you, what are you going to do? Think about this. Let me know in the comments. Share with me what you suggest that your family may be doing or you doing. And if you need any other conversation about compassion and legacy and thinking, you need a thought partner who is going to share the best way for you to set yourself up generationally, we'll be here for you. We'll be here for you. It is as easy, and I'm telling you, it is as inexpensive as a pair of new shoes. Most people spend hundreds of dollars on shoes or getting their hair done or getting a car. But when they go, that car goes somewhere. If it's paid for, who knows who gets it? Put it in your trust. Your new house, you want your kids to have it? You want, put it in the trust. And you can have that trust dictate after you are deceased. That's the whole control and the power of it. That's what most of these corporations that are founders and have gone IPO, they are still controlling what their generations are getting today. That's power. That's power. That's power to have your great grandchildren know your name and you're not even here. That's power. I'm asking you all to think about this, make some better decisions, because we came into this country with a major loss. We don't need to continue to lose. generation after generation. Think beyond your first generation. The Bible says a good man gives an inheritance to his children's children. How about that? What else to be said? What else to be said? So, as long as I'm on here, and if you keep subscribing and coming on and actually talking back to me to let me know what you think, and let's build this community, this movement of legacy for generational wealth, I'm going to be right here sharing what information that I have so that we can be successful in this community. I appreciate you all. I always say, Visitaciones, because that's blessings. And everywhere you go, all over the world, have compassion. Share your compassion with somebody because everybody needs compassion, guys. Love, kindness, hope, particularly today. Someone can help you if you just ask for help. And again, I'm Pam Greer. Thank you for visiting and watching A Cup of Compassion, because that's all we need to, really talk to one person at a time. Call somebody up, share with them this message. What have you done today to create a legacy? What have you done today for your grandbabies? And they don't have to know about it. Just make sure they know your name. Make sure you fund that trust. You have any questions, thoughts? Again, I always say, blessings to my cousins, to my, my people. We have a lot of other material coming out that will share and give you more ideas and things that you can do to make sure that you are long lasting in this world beyond you leaving here. Don't take your dreams and your goals and your skills and all of your wealth and your wisdom to the grave with you. Put it in your trust. Give it to your kids. Write something about yourself so they'll know who's doing this and who's leaving this. Thank you for listening to another episode of A Cup of Compassion. Blessings to you again. I might say that 2 or 3 times because that is something that I relish and I really put out there with my whole heart. Okay. Subscribe and tell somebody about it now. I want you to like it as well, okay? Okay. Have a good one.